to get it going. Oh, what vision. And there he goes.
Takes it, busted through, uses the speed, takes it all the way back to the house. What a start.
His team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Baylor Bears offense takes the field to start this game off. And they seem to believe that they can take big plays away and man coverage by just
do that in a game like this, but this matchup is unique, and it's going to really determine the outcome of the game.
Back to throw, it's Rucci. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The Bears are in the hurry up.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch in time. One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Just had a solid pickup on first. Now let's see what they've got on second down. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll need to get this one to the 31 here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. Looking to scramble. He'll try to do it himself. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. Splits the uprights. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Utah. It's at 14-3. They're lining up for the kickoff, and let's see if this return team can answer with a score of its own. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to this team.
Quickly complete. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there. The Bears come to the line in the hurry-up.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. And now on second down for this offense.
Well, there's an example of the quarterback just creating on the fly, because I think that was supposed to go to the running back on a screen, and he just saw an open guy downfield and said, I don't know, I'm just going to throw it down to this dude. He's wide open. I know it's not how we drew it up, but we'll take it.
And the Bears are moving quickly down the field. They're going to go right back to it. Boy, did he just scorch that defense for that score.
He shows you all of those. He's got the speed. He's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. Just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's done. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Looking for a productive play on first down. Let's see if he can find some room behind the left tackle. That'll be
and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. And with pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. And the Utes have it with a 1st and 10. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To the air on 1st down. Got his man to the left. Hit the afterburners, kid. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
A 1st down run on the doorstep. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Utes! On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a score from the 4. Catches it inside his 20. Chance to really gain some ground. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down to the 26. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it? What a snag by the defense. Never had a chance to get rolling after the pick, but he gives them the ball in prime field position at the 40.
And defensive backs, you think, don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah.
Fires toward the end zone. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one.
Oh, the offense just not able to come up with that. You knew that was going to be a bang-bang play, right? They're taking a shot into the end zone. That's going to have to meet a contested catch on the back end, but he wasn't able to come up with it because of the hit.
Brought down at the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup, and this offense is threatening.
Yeah, I tell you what, when you start a game in the 1st quarter and you show me...
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Weaver. And they're able to get him on the ground. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
You've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Quick pass on the jet motion. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
Snap in the shotgun. Feeling some heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
We're already in the 1st quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy.
Touchdown, Utah! And they take it in for 6 more points. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And the extra point sails through for a 28-10 lead. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here.
And he breaks into the open. Inside the 30. The 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bears!
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him, and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy can football, making the big play.
And right down the middle. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's done. Have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth. I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Heaves it on the run. He's got it. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. The give from the gun. Shakes off the tackle. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. On the run, it's Downs. And the runner is down, and so is a flag.
Hold it. Open.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
They're running the curl route against zone coverage. The quarterback knows that's going to be a tight window. He's got to rifle that ball into his wide receiver. He does just that, and as a result, they pick up the first down.
Showing the arm straight down the left side. And a penalty flag comes in as that one falls incomplete, but this is going to be a positive play for the offense. Defense with pass interference coming.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Wants to throw on first down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Brings up second down.
Now second and 10. He's looking to throw. That's caught. It's Weaver. They make the stop after the catch. Still some work to do to pick up that first down.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
They're trying to get to it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash. It's a fake, and he wants to throw. And that pass, not surprisingly, is incomplete. Boy, you look smart when it works out, but when it goes awry, you are left to second-guess yourself. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. He'll pull it on the read. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. The Bears racing to the line in the hurry-up. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
They've got it at the 41, third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Grab near the marker. It's Vasquez. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Finds a man on the left. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before it's finally stopped. Leaves it with the back. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They'll run it to the right. And he'll be stopped. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. How about that alert play from the defense to scoop it up? The 40. He's at the 30. The 10. Waltzes into the end zone, but he might be dancing the other way. There's a flag on the field. They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Oklahoma is down right now, and that's unusual for this program. Those fans in Norman expect excellence. Let's see if they can provide the spark this team needs. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Arizona State.
Looking downfield, it's Rucci. Quickly out to the tight end.
We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Looking to throw on second down. Got him downfield. The expressway is wide open. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now first and goal.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Get set, get set.
Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to trust him. Listen, he didn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in. And down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove myself. So I love the big fella getting the football.
And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. And here they come to give it another shot on third and goal from the 3. From the gun, wants to pass.
A much better job with his decision making.
Here's the handoff. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every...
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And that is priority number 1 for defenses. Get to the quarterback. Affect him. Get hits on him. They do it right here. Get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. Oh, he wants it all. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. The Utes will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory. Instead, he'll make the fair catch. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Looking to throw, it's Rucci. Getting some heat. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverage.
Touchdown, Baylor! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut it to the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
From inside the 10, here he comes. And the returner will be dragged down. Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on third and long. They're bringing heat. Their pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And the Utes line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes a move. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really, really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
They'll rush to the line. Clock stop for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. He's looking to throw it. Right down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. And the Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Got his man quickly. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Operating in the red zone here on second down. To the air, it's Rucci. Fires to the wideout. And they can't make the connection. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. Oh, and he got a hand on it, it's blocked. He picks it up, that's a live ball. On the Here comes the offense on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. He wants to go deep. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. Trying to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Swings it out to his running back. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. He wants to pass it on second down. That one falls out of bounds. Incomplete.
I knew that shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
I don't hate the play call there on 3rd and short either, because you try to catch them off guard. 3rd and short on your own side of the 50. It's not there. Throw it away. Now, if you want to go for it now and run it, now's the time to do it on 4th down.
He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
And it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Waco. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Utes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Baylor has him back, and here comes the Bear offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
The Bears in the hurry up. Back to throw, it's Rucci. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Well, this quarterback has struggled, having already thrown 2 picks. That should have been number 3. Somehow the defender dropped that one. Things not going well for this Q.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
You got to wonder if this offense is going to go for it here. They're trailing now by a lot. I know there's a lot of football still to go, and I know they're on their own end of the field, but just kind of get the feeling their defense hasn't gotten a ton of stops. They may need to stay out there, and they're going to need this quarterback to make a play.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, the first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get louder.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Offense breaks the huddle. It's 3rd down. Takes the handoff. It's Downs. Turns it on in midfield. And he's running in the open. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
And you want to put a winning streak together like this team has, run the football and create explosive plays. Nice job by the offense, showing the speed. How about the blocking up front? Everybody blocking, getting a hat on a hat, creating the explosive run.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the time...
And he takes it in for
take a little exhale. You know, you did your job, you got points, now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense is definitely taking care of their business.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Dropping back, it's Rucci. It's complete to the right. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. And the Bears want to move quickly. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot, your quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield. You saw that right there.
Offense gets set for second down. Wide receiver shows motion. He's looking for an open man on second down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
I love this running back and the job he does once he has the ball in his hands on this screen pass. He was real patient. You got to allow these 300-pound offensive linemen to sort of collect themselves and stammer down the field and try to block some of these linebackers and DBs. And that's exactly what the running back did. Great job with patience.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. An attitude run as he's dragged down after a pickup of 6 down to the 14. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They feed him again. They get him on the ground. He picked up about 4 yards and the ball spotted at the 10. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Wants to throw on third. He's got it, and he will score! Touchdown, Bears! If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing the tomatoes so big your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Oh, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torturing his defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
And they tacked on the extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Minnesota is on the ropes, and it's like they're looking at their corner and saying, no mas. The type of performance we're just not used to seeing in Minneapolis. They're trailing by 22 to Notre Dame. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you need to know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. First down here for the offense. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Grabbed in the middle. It's long. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has him across the 50, and they'll have it first and 10. At the 35, just having these dudes bounce off of him like popcorn. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats. They build their attack around those big plays, and they got one to give them a first and 10 in the red zone at the 18. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
This defense doesn't even have a chance to blink after just giving up an explosive play. You get lined up, and all of a sudden they're throwing it over your head again into the end zone. They better get ready, lined up. I'd expect another shot coming up.
Finds his man. It's Weaver. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat. And the Utes moving quickly to the line. With the run on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Trying to punch it in. Touchdown, Utah! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Just about set to kick it away.
Set to kick off.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they can go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that, dude. They score here. We're in for a ball game.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
On the move at the 30. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
Caught behind the line. It's down. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the pass.
This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. Makes the pass. And it's intercepted. A turnover from the defense.
So you got to give the defense credit there, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players. Certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
Looking to pass. It's Rucci. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. The Bears headed quickly to the line. On second down, wants to throw it. He makes the connection. Got a lot of room to the right. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Baylor! Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts some of the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down. This is a great start to getting back in this ball.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
They'll line up for a second down play. Pocket starts to collapse. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. One final play before the end of the quarter. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Utes. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
He's in this game. You've got to tackle the reception because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Line gets set, first down. To the air, it's Rucci. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Gets it out fast. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. And the Bears will hustle to the line.
Well, here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
The Bears have it with a 1st and 10.
Fantastic job there buying time and then using his speed to go get a huge chunk play. You saw on defense a lot of people in the back end with their heads turned around chasing receivers. It's dangerous. You want to play man coverage. You don't want to keep your eyes on the quarterback. You're going to pay for it. You saw it right there.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
They go to the draw. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28. Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. It's Vasquez. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Here they come on 3rd down, and the defense has had no answer so far. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Extending the play. Trying to make magic with his feet. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's his 4th interception of the game. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. No huddle here for the offense.
Yeah, he does a really good job being decisive, getting downhill, being a great runner. And guess what? You know how easy offense is when you get me at 2nd and short, 2nd and medium? Everything in the playbook is open to me.
They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. The jet sweep pass. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver, different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it. I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
A 3rd and long coming up here. They run the reverse. Out of midfield, he's got room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, on that 3rd down, they go with the jet sweep, and you see nobody in the end of the line of scrimmage for the defense was expecting that. They all had their eyes into the backfield, and it was just too little too late. Receiver already outside of them, moving the sticks.
Throws to the back. Pulls it in. It's done. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
This is so interesting right now, watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and you're thinking at home,
nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. The D scoops it up, and everybody reverses field. And he's brought down, and his defense gets the ball back for its own. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
no, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistake.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback. And DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
A first down for the offense. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. At the 20, he's got space. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Offense getting set for first down. Gonna run it. It's done. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the 4th quarter. You know you need to get a stop. And you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
The give to the tailback. Just steamrolling the defense. Touchdown, Utah! And the pummeling has started. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Oklahoma is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up 14 over Arizona State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Firing to the right, complete.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You've got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Quarterback now breaking the field. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. And that one's incomplete.
This guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long. That's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
Chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. Back to pass, it's Rucci. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing.
Nothing but green ahead. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
42 Spiders.
They want the edge on the jet sweep.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling. Everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They had a great day today.
He'll pitch it.
You fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get concerned because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Bringing it out. And the ball is loose on the return. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they'll steal a possession.
You just can't have that happen if you're on the return team. You know if you lose the football now, you're giving the other offense the ball back deep in your own end. Simply can't happen.
Got out of trouble and throws. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover and pick up. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. And they'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David. No question about that. But they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route and hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this. If you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You've got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games.
Open runway ahead. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Bears come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Intercepted. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. On the run, it's done. Can't get him to the ground. And they try the middle of the stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
And this brings up a third down and identical situation, right? Like, do I want to be physical? Do I want to run the football? Do I maybe want to take a shot? It's always interesting. These situations in football always come down to aggressiveness. How aggressive do you want to be? Because, Palmer, you kind of know what kind of coverage you're going to get.
Yeah, and I think for this running back, too, knowing him, he's just super competitive. He's going to want an opportunity to get another crack at this right now and really sort of get himself lathered up into the rhythm of this game. I'd give him another shot, Token Rock, here on third.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the ground with the back. Finding an escape route. He's loose. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And the extra point is good. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. First down here for the offense. Looking to move it through the air. Here's a throw downfield late. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
He wants a big play here late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a